If you're watching this, you're probably going to know majority what I'm going to be saying. Thank you for everybody who watched my last video. It's done really well for the size of my channel, views wise and actual people watching it, and watching quite a lot of it. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out. It's up there now. And yeah, it was about my 2021 goals, what I'm going to be doing this year. I actually said in that video that I'm quite negative. And one thing I didn't actually mention was the actual pandemic, like lockdown wise. And I was really optimistic, thinking that I was going to be one of them lucky ones and survive the lockdown. In a way, I was, until yesterday, and then Boris Johnson completely locked us all down. Even though my area is in tier 3, he locked everywhere down. So that means gyms are now closed, and he says it's going to be mid-February until they open, which I don't believe, because this vaccine, they want to roll it out for 12 weeks, and that's when the next injection you take. And I actually think it's going to be 12 weeks. I think it's going to be a 12-week lockdown, so they're going to have no worries about people going out, escalating the cases. They should come down, and then by the next injection, when all the people in the higher categories and age groups are vaccinated, it's just us and younger ones who need the vaccine, but we can survive. And the cases will probably still be quite high, but the death rate, which is the important part, the hospital part, which is the important part, will be lower. So that means you're looking around March time before we even go out. Gyms are closed, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can do as many petitions as you want, but you know what? Gyms are just one part of this society. There's obviously hospitality, the restaurants, pubs, cinemas, there's God knows how many different businesses, and they're not going to change their mind on gyms just because some people like going to the gym. I know it's hard for everybody. I know people want gyms to stay open for for our sanity, for help us through depression and that, but sometimes there's bigger things in the picture. This virus is just out of control. Even the hospitals are so crowded, and I think it is the right decision. I think I can deal with it when it's a national lockdown, because that means everything's closed, even though I'm still working through it, and it's best for everybody to be locked down, so then people are not nitpicking at people in different areas saying, why are they in that tier, why are this in this tier, we need gyms open in that tier, and it just escalates. At least with a lockdown, everybody's in the same boat, no one can moan. Yes, there's going to be people struggling with not going to gym, but there's going to be people also struggling not seeing family members, not being able to do something that they enjoy. We've got to stop being selfish here. I know some people are die-hard gym goers, and it's their life, but there's also people who are die-hard foodies who go out all the time, socializing all the time. They're now basically loners, in their own house, and they can't socialize with people. They can't go out having a drink, watching the football with their mates and stuff like that. So it's not just us people go to gym who's getting affected. It's everybody in some sort of way or other. And if we want to get rid of this virus, or so it doesn't ever come back again, or so we don't have a lockdown again, we just need to abide by these rules. Don't go out. So what if you don't get the virus? So what? You're younger and you're fit and healthy. It doesn't mean you can't catch it and be ill. You don't want this virus if you get it. Some people don't even know they got it. Some people are ill. Look at Cy Fran, the bodybuilder who, obviously is in Birmingham. He was in hospital for a long time. So it doesn't matter who you are, it can still affect you. And also, it's not about who catches it, it's about who you can spread it to. Do you really want to be spreading it to a family member? The end of 2019, I got really ill. I might have even had it. It might, because it came around that time right at the end, but people didn't know about it. And I was really ill for about 3 or 4 weeks, off work. Throat was terrible. And I didn't know from finding out, being ill like that I actually had a weaker kidney. But I wouldn't have known that if I didn't get ill. So just because you are healthy and you think you're healthy, some things in your body can tick on fine, but when you're ill, it can trigger it off to make that little thing that you don't even notice about, like a kidney. It could get weaker. It could trigger off another part in your body that it's okay. But if you get something wrong with you, it could make it weaker, and it could affect that part. You don't know unless you get yourself checked out regularly. You're 100% fit, and this virus will actually go and attack that weakness. Just have to keep on doing what we're doing. If you've got any weights, anything at home, just use them. I know it's freezing cold. I just went outside. I was going to do a workout with my little bits of weights, but it's too cold. So I'm probably going to bring them inside, but my house is not that big, so I'm going to be doing certain videos over lockdown in the house, because I think people need them. I think at this time, this time of year, people are obviously wanting to get fit. This is the time where gyms are usually absolutely getting ram-packed with newbies and that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videos for beginners more than, advanced people, with resistance bands, home workouts, and stuff for newbies, to get themselves fitter in a house, and maybe when they're a bit more used to these home workouts and body weighted exercises, they might want to join the gym when they finally do open up. But with this pandemic and what's happened, obviously my 2001 goals have changed. In my last video, I said that I was getting coached by AJ Morris. I was going to go and compete. Unfortunately, I've decided, me personally, it's not worth my time and his time to invest in something that I don't think is worth it. Obviously, getting a coach is expensive as it is. I don't earn a lot as it is, and I don't know if I will be put on furlough anytime, because it is a quiet time of the year anyway in any business, and the money I earn, I need it. I've got bills to pay, I've got things to look after, like my son, and he is obviously not in school now, so it's going to cost more money to look after him because he eats loads, and I need every bit of money I've got. So until we know the gyms are back open and back open for good, I don't think I'm gonna be cutting for a show. I don't even know if I'll be doing a show this year. The reason is that I don't think it's sensible to go for a show this year. I don't really think that bodybuilding shows should be actually taking part this year. I think it's a wrong thing to do. Being, healthy looking, looking a bit shredded and that, there's nothing wrong about trying to do that, but you'd put a lot of time and effort to get down to that 6% body fat. You are miserable for a long time. I was okay, but I did start feeling it the year before when I was cutting, and it's a big strain. You have to devote yourself to that. You have to make sure that you get enough sleep. You have to make sure you eat the right amount of food, and make sure the training is always there. You can't miss a day. You can't miss a calorie. Everything has to be spot on. And with all this pandemic, coming and going, I just don't think it's right for people. When you go on stage, you've had so many months, and then you've had so many months before bulking or whatever, building muscle, and people haven't, unless you're a professional, because I think you can use a gym if a gym allows you. Like, I know Ryan Terry was using a gym, and a lot of professionals was using the gyms because they get paid for it. But people like us, just normal people, amateurs, we can't use a gym, so we're not optimizing our muscle to the extreme that we can do. We can't maintain our muscle and diet if there's no gyms open. You can't do one without the other, and there's no clarity on what is happening. It could be 6 weeks, but like I said, it could be 12 weeks, and who's saying there won't be another one? I went through it last year, and when it got cancelled 8 weeks out, I struggled because it was my first time going for a show, and I really, really was down. I put on about 6 or 7 pounds in a matter of a week, if that, just binging, and it was hard on me, and I don't want to put myself through that again. I've just started a new gym, and I haven't even released that video yet because I don't want to release a video when gyms are not open. I've just started finding my way back at the gym now, because I've actually had 4 weeks extra out from the gym because I was in isolation for 4 weeks, and I feel like that I haven't lost muscle, I haven't lost anything like that, but I haven't gained anything, and I really don't want to go into my first show thinking that I haven't built as much muscle as I possibly can and going straight into a cut. The off season is the most important part of a body competition, I would say, because that's where you build the muscle to look good in the show. And for the whole year, I've not built any muscle at all. I could have lost muscle, and I just don't think it's right for competitions to be wanting people to enter, because I guarantee every single person in that show, unless you've got a home gym or use of a gym, you know, it should be allowed, because you're not going to look as good as you would if somebody's been using a gym. Me compared to another person who's using a gym, I would never be able to compete with them, because they're going to be able to build muscle, they're going to be able to work the muscles on the cutting stage and everything, where I couldn't. And I don't think it's right. I would like to see what your views are on this, so please, everybody who's watching this, comment down below, because I know a few people who have been in the same boat as me, and a lot of them are, they've gave up, you know, they're just going back to how they are, you know, they're just going to bulk up, you know, and I just don't know where I stand now. I mean, yes, I can handle not going to the gym, but I was really looking forward to this one. I was really looking forward to it. I mean, if I can't even say that I'm gonna cut after this, because that's March then, and then if it February, I mean, if it is till March, like I think it will be, that's 3 months out without no training. Yes, I've got a few resistance bands and some 5 kg weights and a bar with 50 kg weight, but I haven't got a bench, so I can't do bench press, so my chest will start to deteriorate, you know. I could do push-ups and stuff like that, which I probably will, but it's also the motivation, and it's not the best weather where all my stuff is outside. Can't really start bringing in concrete weight into the house, can I? It's just crap. People say, you know, keep fighting. I've seen people on Instagram saying keep it together, keep on fighting. We'll see who the people who are tough and who are not. And I don't know why people are saying that. I think people need to be a bit more realistic. You cannot think that you're gonna stay the same shape you are or build muscle on the lockdown at home. You cannot build muscle at home. You cannot, unless you have got a home gym with the weights you actually lift at the gym, yeah, and then you can just do the basic movements. I've even looked today for benches, and they're all sold out already. I cannot see one bench unless I want to buy some stupid, overpriced workout machine, which is going to be like £2,500, which I'm not going to pay that because I can't afford that anyway. But it's just terrible. Maybe I might make a bench. We'll see. I'm going to have a look about making one and see how it goes. But also, it's freezing cold. I don't mind the cold. I put a coat on and that. But it's just crap. It is crap. And I like I said, the views that I got on my last video was those. I was really, I've got no dislikes, all thumbs up. You know, it felt like my first video was a really positive, great video, and now it's back to normal crap, downhearting, and it feels like I'm not the only one feeling like this, you know. But I'm going to do lots of videos on how to keep in shape. That's one thing we can do at home. We can keep in shape. We can keep what we've got by doing certain exercises. I've got a lot of exercises planned and a lot of challenges. I'm going to start doing my challenges again, you know. Might as well keep you entertained, because none of you are going to be doing anything because you're all going to be on lockdown,